was like, hey loves. Hey loves. Okay, I just got back in my office. All right, so the film was incredible. I could tell you guys right now, I recommend it. Especially when it comes to animation. I think that they will probably get, nominated for some kind of animation Oscar, whether the score, the graphics, the editing. It was perfect. So I want to open up the video with saying that at the very end, the theater was clapping and cheering. So you know for a fact that when a movie finishes, even before the lights went low and the credits started, and they had the Super Mario Bros. Title pop up on the screen, the whole theater that I was in was good vibes and everybody was clapping. So that should tell you right off the bat if you haven't seen it yet. The whole theater was clapping. People were I was smiling ear to ear. I don't think that in terms of like animation, digital, I don't think that I've had that good of an experience since Shrek. Way back then, right? When the first Shrek, not the second Shrek, when the first Shrek movie came out, Eddie Murphy and the regular cast, Cameron Diaz, the original cast. And those days were sweet. We had Shrek and all that out in the theaters, and all the families would go and watch these films together. It was like, it felt like going back in time to that good moment in just existence, when we had good animation and good family-esque themes in movies. So it was perfect. Like, there's a lot of video game references. So if you've ever played Mario Kart or any Mario related games, whether on a smartphone or Nintendo or Wii or any other game console, for any length of time, if you're familiar with the Mario Kart games and Mario games in general, Mario and Luigi games, you're gonna be like gasping. There was so many Easter eggs in this film, and there was many times where I caught myself saying, oh my God, that's just like the video game. In the video game, it's like I was so impressed because there were so many references to the video games, but in a movie way. So, I think that people would think that, oh, maybe it'd be like cheesy, it really wouldn't fit, but no, it was the exact opposite. Like it was seamless. There was themes about, there was a lot of references about the origin of how Mario and Luigi got started, which I really appreciated. So we were able to see like them as brothers and their family, their Italian family, and then switch into, the Mushroom Kingdom world and the Bowser universe and the Donkey Kong as well. A lot of just basically like any character that stands out in the video games is what you basically will see in the movie. So, like once again, if you're definitely a fan and you play the video games and the video games, like the characters' names and all that, you're gonna be like gasping. Like I gasp. And you know what? I have not played any Mario games for at least 5 years to a decade, which is 10 years. And everything came flooding back from my childhood, which was cherry on top. So I know a lot of millennials that played Mario video games will love this film because, that's what we grew up with, So that was just really a warm spot. And you know what? Maybe it's just like my movie theater experience, but the people that I had in my movie theater were like really enjoying the film. Like we just were all really positive, and I don't know if other people's viewing experience was the same, but like I could hear people even behind me being like, oh my God, that's Boo. Oh my God, that's this. Oh my, like, and I had the same reaction, which felt so cool. Like, oh my God, like it's just like the video game. Like it was just too cute. It was adorable. It was amazing. I would not even say 10 out of 10. I would say 1,000 or 10,000 out of 10,000 or 1,000 out of 1,000. I loved it. I want it to be nominated for something. I don't know what animation kind of esque film is going to beat that, but I already heard that this film did 500 million in the box office. So I have yet to see what family related or family themed family friendly themed movie is gonna beat Mario Bros. Or I say Mario Kart, the Super Mario Bros. So it'd be interesting. I mean, the year is not over, but I actually heard a lot of people saying as we were walking out of the theater, no exaggeration here, a lot of people as you're walking out of the theater were like, that was the best film they've seen so far this year. I see. So I don't know if it's just like, and luckily and happily, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be in a movie theater with people who are positive. You never want to go to the movies and be surrounded by people who are miserable and, can't have lighthearted fun and can't laugh at jokes. And so, even though it's like video game related, even like as if you go when you'll see it, like even like the very, very start, like the opening of the movie is you hear it like a video game, which I thought was like genius. So it's not like just a movie feel. Like as soon as it starts, you think that you're playing a video game, which I love. I love that. So yeah, so as I was walking out, adults, teenagers, I heard people literally saying like to each other, that was the best film I've seen so far this year. So that speaks volumes. This is not like a live action. This is live action animation, right? But this is like a animation, voiceover. This is not just like regular human being actors, on camera. This is voiceover. So the fact that people can be that pleased and happy. So yeah, like when I left the theater, I was smiling from ear to ear. I was very happy. And let me get some water, y'all. I felt just really happy. I was really happy that I saw my family. And it was just a really, really just warm video, like a really, really warm movie. And I love the ending. I'm not going to tell y'all the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but I love the ending. In fact, when I wanted to do out of the movie theater review, I'm back home now from the theater. I just saw it tonight. It was a 7:30 o'clock. It was a 7:30 viewing, okay, in the evening. And I was trying to find some like official pictures of like the scenes towards the end of the movie, and I couldn't find any. So those who will see the ending will know why I'm saying what I'm saying, because when Mario, so I'll say a little bit, so when Mario and Luigi joined forces towards the end of the film, it was just epic. Like everybody in the theater was gasping and like clapping. Like it was just such a good film. Like really, I was also looking out for Chris Pratt's voice, because I was a little nervous about Chris doing the voiceover for Mario. I wasn't really sold on him. I mean, no shade to Chris, but like I really wasn't sold on him. And so I'm guessing that was the same actor that did the voiceover for Mario. But towards so at the beginning, when you see the commercial with Mario and Luigi as plumbers, the accent was much thicker, and a part of me was wishing that same thick accent would be throughout the film, but it wasn't. It was more of like a Brooklyn accent, which is what I guessing like he was referencing it from. But there was a part of me that would have loved for them to keep the heavy Mario accent, but they didn't. They went with just a Brooklyn, New York, esque base light accent, but it definitely was on a thick accent. So I will say, for the diehard, Mario fans out here, Mario Bros fans out here, Super Mario fans out here, like if you haven't seen it yet and you go to the movies, don't expect to hear a thick Mario accent, because you're not going to get it. Okay. I wanted it. Trust me. I wanted that. I wanted to hear like that thick accent, but no. So it just, I mean, once again, no tea, no shade, but to me, it just sounds like Chris talking. It just sounded like normal Chris Pratt talking. So it's not really special, in my opinion. So that was what I was like, that was something that wasn't a concern for me before going, but it definitely was something that I was not sold on. Like I've heard, I know Jack Black did amazing. Okay. I'm trying not to give everything away, y'all. I'm trying not to give everything away for those who haven't seen it, but yeah, Jack Black amazing voiceover. I loved it. Like I wanted more. Like the film was perfect length, like I think like an hour and 25 or 35 minutes, like an hour and a half around that mark. Perfect. Perfect. Everything fit where it needed to fit. I loved the way the movie looked, just the graphics. I loved it. I was very happy, very, very happy. So yeah, if for those who are expecting, a heavy Mario accent, not gonna get it, okay? You're gonna see snippets of it with Luigi. Luigi had a more of the kind of accent that I was looking for. We're talking Mario here. So when Luigi was talking in the film, I was more drawn to how Luigi talked than Mario, to be honest with you. Like whenever Luigi talked, I just felt happy inside. But then when Mario talked, I was kind of looking for that heavy, accent. But then when I realized that no, that's not the direction that either Chris chose or they chose for Chris to take with the character Mario. So I just kind of let it be. After a while, when we would have, the scenes with Mario and Princess Peach talking, and I didn't hear the accent that I wanted, I kind of just, got over it. Once, I would say maybe like 30 to 40 minutes into the film, once it was like, it hit like the 30-minute mark of the film, the 40-minute mark of the film, I just had to get over it. I just had to tell myself, you're not going to get the heavy accent you want with Mario. Get over it. Like that's not the direction that Chris took. So overall, I just like the ending was just like cherry on top. It was just, honestly, there was so many moments where I wanted to squeal. Yes, guys. There was moments in the film where I wanted to squeal because it was done so perfectly. It was everything that my childhood self would have wanted in a Mario movie. And there was so many times I wanted to almost clap. Like, and the movie wasn't even over. I just wanted to clap. And so once the movie was over and the movie title popped on the screen and, it's game looking glory, and everybody was clapping and cheering, I felt validated because I was like squealing the whole movie, like, oh my God, this is so perfect. It's so perfect. And the way that they had, all the other supporting characters that we see in the video games look, and they're just so adorable, guys. Like they just look like, even Bowser, he's like the villain in the film, but he looked adorable. You can't take him that serious, So it was just so cute. So cute. So for those young adults, mature adults, older people that are like, oh, is this a kid's film? Like, why would I go see this? Like, no, like there was ages for everybody, all ages were in my theater. All ages were watching Mario, the Mario movie. And honestly, the adults were just as hype and geeked as the kids. Like, to be honest, like the adults were squealing just as much as the kids were, and everybody was just in a really good vibe. So that's a good sign, because I know that people that are not really much into like animation or cartoon, they tend to push it to the kids. Like, oh, it's just a kids film. It's, who's interested in that? Like, because a couple of the adults that were in my group that we went with, they were like, oh, who, really interested in that? But as soon as I'm telling you, 2 to 3 minutes into the movie, they were reacting to every scene. They were like squealing like kids. So that was a good sign to me that, oh my God, like this is not just this is definitely not for just kids. Okay. So for those who are like, is this just a kid's film? It's like a goofy? No, this is a classic. This film was a classic. This is not just for kids. So if somebody's inviting you and they have kids or whatever, or you have cousins, whatever's going on, babies, okay, no, it's not just for kids. Trust me. Like there was actually more adults than kids in my showing, but there was a good mixture. Like when there was kids or like teenagers with their parents or whatever, it was a good mixture. And like the response from all ages was the same. Like older people, teenagers, like everybody just loved it. Like I could tell by the audience reaction and my reaction, like Everybody just loved it. And you know what? I'm just so happy that we finally have a film that I think is for like all ages, because it's been a while. Some of these so-called PG-13 movies these days are like really rated R, they're really graphic, they're really dark, and kids can't see that. It kind of reminds me of, it's kind of off topic, but it kind of reminds me of the Joker. What is it? Joaquin Phoenix. I think he got an Oscar for it, no? Something like that, or a Golden Globe at least, for Joker. And there was so much hype around that film, and I was kind of convinced that he would do a good job. He did an amazing job in terms of the psychological torture angle of it, but the movie in general was just too dark. Like, it was just not a good vibe. Like, I know the Joker is not a good vibe, but like, let me just say this, like The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. That was a fantastic film, right? Like, he is the Joker. Like, he will always be the Joker. Jared Leto's Joker was awful, was horrible, right? So what I'm saying is, like, there are some movies that teenagers can go to, over 13 can go to, but it's just not even enjoyable for adults or for teenagers. But the comparison I'm making is, yeah, there's been a lot of movies that are just too dry, depressing. They're not really like good films, but I'm happy that we finally have a film that I think will fit all ages. And that's a huge benefit, I think, as a selling point of this film, is that it's for all ages. It's not it's not bad. It's not a bad feeling film. It's a good feeling film. And even the movies that, like for example, The Dark Knight, that are more, real world-esque and dark and action, was still like good, was still fun. But it's like nowadays, the films that are action or whatever, that they don't feel fun, So it was just nice for once to like see a film that didn't have any like crazy political charge or like any kind of crazy negative energy. Like, it was just nice for once to go to a film that doesn't have such negative energy, because a lot of films these days are just not even entertaining. They sell their point. They sell the point off of having a superstar actor and all this like gory stuff, but like, is that really entertaining? No, it's not. So that's why I'm saying, like, for the adults that are like, oh no, it's just for kids, I'm not gonna go see it, I'll wait. No, don't wait. I would say, if you even like the whole Nintendo universe, just in general, like of Mario, even 20%, go see it in the theater. Don't just wait to rent it at the Redbox or Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or whatever. No, go see it in person, whether it's standard or RPX or IMAX or 3D or 2D. Just go see it in the theater, because I could tell you this for a fact. The way the screen is so big and there's so many beautiful colors coming at you and just cuteness overload, you want to see it on the screen, okay? You don't want to see it, like, no offense, like from home, and like you can't really get the audience reaction, because the audience reaction, I think, is what makes it fun. Hearing other people laugh at the same joke that you're watching and seeing people gasp like you're gasping, like, it's just cute, but if you're not gonna get that overall movie theater experience with the popcorn, and the seating, and you're just watching it at home, this is a kind of film that you want to see with people, like family, a group, okay, is what I would say, because it just makes it more fun, and it's just so cute, and it's actually very funny. It's actually a very funny film. So that's why I would say, if you don't have a group to go with, if you don't have anybody to go with, or busy or whatever, just go to the theater. Go by yourself to the theater. Don't rent it at home, because it's not gonna be the same experience. Go to the theater, get yourself some popcorn and have a ball. So before I go, I want to say that my favorite thing that I loved that I saw was from the video games, was not just their carts and their classic, transportation, and the signature Donkey Kong. I loved it. Was the Rainbow Road. Okay, I don't know if that's officially how we call it. It's been a decade since I played the game, but when I saw the Rainbow Road pop out, and it, the swirl, and how they go upside down and they go through, on the Rainbow Road, and they have to go upside down and go, it brought back so many memories. And just seeing that, like, on the big screen, just made my heart so happy. It just made me so happy because I'm like, oh my God, like it's just so beautiful, you know? It's just like, it's just it's beautiful. So, you know, in terms of like the family movie arena, animation, cartoon, whatever, that the whole category of just, you know, family, it should be nominated for something. I find it hard to believe that this movie could do so well in the box office and then come Oscar season when it comes to animation or digital graphics or anything like that, I would, or original score, I would find it very hard to not see this film nominated. Like real talk, because I know didn't Avatar get an Oscar? It sure did. The actors didn't. The actors are always classic, always amazing, especially Zoe Salandra. I'm pretty sure I'm chopping up her last name. I apologize, honey. But the Zoe, she's in Guardian of the Galaxy. You know who I'm talking about, the actress Zoe. We all know who Zoe is, right? Okay. She could have been nominated for Best Actress, you know, but she wasn't. I could have seen that. But yeah, Avatar, you know, was like digitally created, just like this movie is, you know, digitally created and altered and edited and created from just nothing, you know, and they got an Oscar. So why can't this movie? I don't know. We'll see. But thank you all for listening. So I didn't really give any, you know, major secrets away because I want y'all to watch it for yourselves. But yeah, I would definitely give it 1,000 out of 1,000, not even 10 to 10, 1,000 out of 1,000. It was everything that my little, you know, teenager heart, child heart would want in a Mario Nintendo world movie, you know, game in movie form brought to life. It was everything I wanted. And I would definitely buy it on DVD. Like, it's been a while since I could actually say, like, you know, I would go to a store and like buy a DVD as like one of my collections. Like, forget, you know, obviously we have Disney Plus, we all have, you know, Netflix and Hulu, and yeah, but in a way, sadly, I'm like old school. You know, I'm a millennial, but like I'm old school, you know? I'm the kind of person where if a movie is that good, I like to buy it in DVD. You know, like the Avatar, bought it in DVD because it's a classic. So this is a kind of, so I'm just going to give you all a perspective. Like, this is the kind of movie that I would buy on DVD. And I only buy movies on DVD that are classics. I don't buy for my family home theater, I don't buy DVDs unless they're classic films. And so as soon as I finish watching this film, I'm like, I want to buy the DVD. I want to have it like in my collection in my house. So that speaks volumes. And that's hard to find, you know. Nowadays, we don't have classics like this anymore. You know, White Chicks comes to mind, the Marlon Wayne brothers, Shrek comes to mind, Avatar comes to mind. These are all classics. You see what I'm saying? These are Avatar, the Avatar trilogy or series. It should be a trilogy. Well, we'll see, but it should be a trilogy, but we'll see. So yeah, so I put this in the same category as like, I would put this in the same category of like Shrek, Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, things like that, like High School Musical, like just classics, you know, that you wanna have in your family theater, home studio, or living room. You wanna have your DVDs all stacked up so you can see it's pretty shiny titles. And this is the kind of movie that I would definitely buy on DVD. And that's hard. That's nowadays, it's hard to get people to buy a physical CD or buy a physical DVD. See what I'm saying? So it has to be like really, really drastic world. Yeah. Like it has to be really, really good in order for me to say, I'm going to buy it on DVD. And it is so good that I would buy it on DVD. So to me, that's a very, very high compliment, especially in 2023 for the way the movie industry and the media industry has been. You know, it's hard to find quality classic films. And so my hats go off to whoever directed this film. I hope you direct more films because, you know, the world needs it. We're really missing just good, nostalgic, homegrown, good energy films. We're missing that. You know, the market is missing that. I think I heard that Shrek 4, Shrek 5? They're working on another Shrek movie. I feel like putting that in this film, just in this review, just to put it out here. So that's what I want to see. I want to see more series and more standalone videos and movies that are like that, like the Shrek, like the Avatar, like the Mario Bros. You know, I want theater and movie going and DVDs, and I want that whole just movie experience to be like how it used to be, because like back in the day, you know, we had classics on classics on classics. Nowadays, you can't even find that. Everything is so political. What you call? I'm sorry, I'm tired. Politicized. Everything is so, this versus this. It's not really fun. So thankfully, this movie didn't have that energy. It wasn't like cringeworthy. It was just clean, good, wholesome fun. So I'm gonna get off here. Thank God for watching. If you haven't seen the Mario movie with Mario and Luigi and the whole gang, go watch it. Okay. Bye. Love y'all. Thank you for watching.